YouTube, welcome to OGMarv Whispers. This YouTube stuff is really starting to get on my nerves. Sometimes you can broadcast and sometimes you just can't. Anyway, I got a hair up my ass, so I'm going to broadcast tonight. I want to talk about motherfuckers that use your money, use you bitches in particular, women that use men who ain't fucking them no more. I'm not fucking my ex-wife, my ex-bitch, or whatever you want to call her. I ain't fucking her no more. Why does she feel like it's okay with me for her to use my kids' money to support herself? She needs to get off her fat ass and take her ugly ass to work. Get a job like I did. I worked all my goddamn life. That's what I was taught. That's what my parents taught me. That's what I try to teach my kids. I don't want my kids thinking that what she's doing is the way to go about life. My son needs to understand how to go get a fucking job. She doesn't want to let me raise my son. I guess, so I'm going to fucking have to take her stupid ass to court. I don't really want to do that. I would just like for her to just let me have a boy. And, I would share her with him, on weekends just like anybody else. She'd have him on some holidays. I got sense enough to know that parents need to be around their children. I'm not like her fucking bitch ass. I'm not sitting here trying to hog at the kids or keep them all the goddamn time or stop her from seeing them or any of that shit. I don't believe in that. I've never done that with any of the fucking women I've had kids with, and I ain't gonna start doing it with her stupid ass. But the bottom line is this: I need time with my kids. I need quality time with them. At some point, you would think that the bitch would call me and say, "Marv, would you like to come see your kids? Would you like to pick them up?" Something along those lines. Or you have my daughter. My daughter's 12 years old. I would think that she would say, what, Shamari, you need to call your father and see how he's doing, check on him. The bitch don't give a fuck. I'm just going to tell it like it. I can't. There's no way to fucking dress it up. She don't care. She doesn't give a goddamn about me. Never probably has. I loved her and thought that she loved me back. And this is like people have told me now. The bitch never loved you, Marvin. She never loved you. She never gave a fuck about you. That hurts my feelings. Yeah, it sure does. But it's true. She don't give a fuck about me. She don't give a goddamn about my ass, okay? I'm the father of her fucking children, but she doesn't give a rat's fucking ass whether I live or die, whether I do well or not, and like when it comes to her, I got children with the fucking bitch. I care about her. I even love her to a certain degree because she is the mother of my children. But somebody didn't raise her ass right. When I was a kid, I had a grandma and I had an aunt, my dad's sister, used to send me money on my birthday and at Christmas. My mother made sure that I sat my ass down at some point after Christmas, after birthday, each and every fucking year. I had to send a note back home, back east, to my family and let my grandma and my aunt know that thank you for the gift. I appreciated what they gave me. And I did because my parents didn't give me a goddamn thing. I'll be honest with you. My mom didn't give me shit. My mother was one of the kind of people that even had the nerve to, take her ass back east. My dad went and got me some stuff for Christmas and told me, that's how I knew I wasn't adopted. Because who in the fuck would give a person with that mindset a fucking kid? My mother didn't fucking adopt me. I was born from her. She birthed my ass. And she was a miserable fucking person, the same as Shanika. Shanika's a miserable fucking person too. Okay? Shit. She's sitting up there spending all the kids' money. They're not gonna have a goddamn fucking dime when they get out of school. My daughter Marlisa, her mom Lisa, I'm not sure, and I need to call Marlisa too because I think Marlisa is no longer going to school. Um, she has some other ambitions that she wants to pursue, and told me about that. I'm cool with it because it can make her a living if she pursues it. So she let me, because everybody's not about college. College ain't for everybody. That's honest to God truth. College is not for everybody. It's for some people, and some people it's not. Marlisa is not a college person. Not. I think she's just tired. She might be a college person, but I think she wants to rest right now. So she's taking a little break. I got a feeling she'll eventually go back. But for right now, she's not. College is not her thing. And her and her brother, which is not my son, it's my wife. I'm actually still married to her mother. And Lisa's son Derek actually does some anime stuff, and I think that Marlisa has picked up on it and has taken a liking to it as well. So I think that she's doing something in that line of work as well. So she's not going to college, but the point of the matter is, you know, if she decides she wants to go to college, she can. And hopefully she'll do it before she runs out of time for scholarships and things of that nature. Marlisa's a very bright kid. Um, I think she would actually do well in college if she went. I actually think she would enjoy it because I didn't like school either in the public school system. But once I got to Laney and Merritt, I enjoyed myself in both of those places. So because it wasn't the same as like when you being forced to go. My mother, of course, forced me to go. The law forces you to go, so I went. I didn't enjoy it, and I wasn't having a good time. But nobody likes to be made to do it. I hate being forced to do any goddamn thing. Straight up. Um, I just don't like that. Most people don't. I don't need to be forced to do something. Let me do what the fuck I want to do. This is America. You can do what the hell you want to do here. But my point is, as far as Shanika goes, she needs to understand a couple of things. One, we're not together anymore. She's the first one to point out, how much she doesn't like me. And at this point, because I loved her at one point. I loved her so much. I loved her more than I loved myself at one point. I don't feel like that anymore. I don't love her anymore. I have love for her, but I'm not in love with her. There's a big difference. She's the mother of my children, so of course I'm going to love her because she is that. But as far as agreeing with her lifestyle, I don't agree with a goddamn thing that person is doing. Okay, she cannot teach our kids how to succeed in life. I'm retired. Hello, I get my Social Security benefit. I worked my entire fucking life. Okay, 10 years with AC Transit driving fucking buses. 10 years with the Oakland Athletics in the security department, where I was also uh, um, shop steward of the union at the Coliseum. I know a little thing or two about working. My father taught me, and I saw my father work hard. My dad worked hard all my life. I watched him work. And I was taught that this is what you do to be successful in life. She lamped in on her fat ass, on her fat, ugly fucking ass, doing nothing. My son is looking at her, doing nothing. My daughter is looking at her, doing nothing. They're going to both think that this is what you do to be successful in life. Well, they couldn't be further from the fucking truth. You don't lay up on your fucking ass and think that this is how you be successful in life. Mary and I are both ex-bus drivers. Mary drove a bus, 20 some years longer than I did. Mary is my mate. She worked driving buses for 32 years. I have all respect in the world for her. She owns a nice house, the house that I'm broadcasting from right now in Antigua. I appreciate the fact that she owns the house that we live in. There's a bunch of white folks down here. Matter of fact, we're the only black people in the fucking subdivision. But, for some reason, Mary likes that. I'm not so fond of it, but it does work. Not a bunch of niggas down here creating havoc, causing disturbances, doing a bunch of dumb shit. My kids could be down. My son, I want my son down here with me more so than anything because he's a boy gonna be a man. Shanika don't even know how to be a fucking woman, let alone be a fucking man. She's ugly as a fucking man, but she don't know a goddamn thing about being a man. I do. She can say any fucking thing she wants, but I'm more man than she'll ever get and more man than she'll ever be. I'm 67 years old, people. Obviously, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been around the block a few times. I'm nobody's fool. As they say, my mama didn't raise no fool. My mama did not raise no fucking fool. I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing. This was a carefully orchestrated lifestyle. I didn't just bump my fucking head and, accidentally became successful. I became successful because I worked hard. I became successful because I wanted to be somebody for my kids. I wanted to set an example for my kids. Shanika's not setting an example for a goddamn thing other than how to be a fucking whore and how to be a goddamn bum. Straight up. I got no respect for Shanika whatsoever. Nothing comes out of her mouth makes me any fucking difference. I'll be honest with you. She didn't go to college. She got a high school fucking diploma. That's as far as she got in school. I, on the other hand, went to the Department of Corrections Academy down in Chino. I graduated with a B plus average. I was like third or fourth in my class. I went to work for the Department of Corrections in San Quentin. I was a good officer. I was respectable, and I was somebody to look up to. I left there and became a bus driver. Again, I was respectable, somebody to look up to. I worked for the Oakland Athletics for 10 more years in the security department and became a shop steward in the union. I ran for that office. I had to be voted in, which, because of the way that job works, I had to walk around and go talk to each and every person that I could see and introduce myself and explain to them that I was running for an office of shop steward and that I would like their vote. I got it and won. Bill Hamer and I ran together, and we both won. We both were shop stewards in the union at the Oakland Coliseum. I'm proud of what I've done in my life. I don't have nothing to be ashamed of or for. I didn't go around taking people's money. I didn't steal nothing from nobody. I sleep well at night because I was somebody. I wasn't a fucking bum. I wasn't a goddamn do nothing. I wasn't a person who, why would a person would get up in the morning and start doing their weed, spend 8 hours doing the goddamn hair to go nowhere? Shanika does that. She'll get up and start doing her weed and take 8, 9 hours to do it. Do her nails to go nowhere other than to go clubbing. Guys, let me tell you something about that. Watch the bitch, okay? If you got a bitch and she's a clubber and that's what she likes to do, watch her fucking ass. Sneak up at the club to see that. Go to it and see what's going on. I should have done that with Shanika's fucking no good ass because Shanika was going to the club and making a fool of our relationship. But, women want you to trust them. Trust what? Trust that they're going to go out there and lay down with the next motherfucking nigga? Trust that they're going to break up the relationship you're having with her in order to break up the home, and now you got to go fucking pick your fucking kids up like every goddamn body else? Nobody stays together anymore. That's almost a thing of the past. I should have been watching that bitch like a hawk. I regret having given her freedom to go out there and do the shit she did to me. Laying down fucking every damn body that she could get her mouth on their dick. Bitch was a whore. I don't give a fuck. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I wish the fuck I hadn't allowed her to do that kind of shit. Back in the day, I didn't allow my bitches to go out there and go whoring. Shit, you wasn't going out there and doing a goddamn thing on my watch. I didn't play that shit. I got old and a little soft. So, I'm trying to trust a motherfucker. And this is what I got. Now, I'm without the kids. Actually, I don't understand why I'm without the fucking kids. She should be the motherfucker without the kids. What the hell can she teach tomorrow about not being a whore? I mean, I gotta be honest. I gotta put it out there like it is. Tell it the way it is. Life's a bitch, okay? Life is full of pitfalls, and it's constantly looking to suck you into something. Nika got sucked into a lot, and she sucked me into it as well. As a matter of fact, the motherfucker looked at me one time when she was on her way to work. This bitch went and took a job in the San Francisco airport, looked me straight in my eyes one day on her way down to the Bay Area, and we were living in Sacramento, looked me in my eyes and said, baby, you don't have nothing to worry about. I'm not thinking about no niggas. I believed her. She was a fucking liar. A fucking ass liar. If I sound angry, it's because I fucking am. The bitch used me. She's out there running all. You know what? It's no telling because I can tell you right now, I don't know when they let her go or when they terminated her or fired her or laid her off or whatever the fuck they did. I don't believe that she let me know the day that she got fired, laid off, or whatever it was. I think a couple of days went by before she decided to tell me that because what was going on was while I'm thinking that she's at work and at her auntie's house, I don't believe that bitch spent one fucking night with none of her damn relatives. Because for one thing, they don't even like her like that. She has a problem with her relative. Her grandmother didn't like her. Her auntie didn't really like her either. And then, another thing, watch the fucking people your lady hangs around. I knew that from the moment she moved into Logan Park in Sacramento, and then this bitch that she made friends with named April. I listened to that bitch talk the first time she came to our house for 5 minutes. 5 minutes was all it took for me to understand this bitch is stupid as fuck and don't have a sense God gave a gecko. I'm straight up serious. This bitch had the brains of a motherfucking peanut. I really didn't like Shanika hanging around with April because I knew April couldn't teach her shit other than how to be a fucking ripoff or how to fucking cheat the system or do things along those lines. I didn't really want Shanika to hang around with April. But, you can't tell people who they can and cannot be friends with. So, I have to respect Shanika's right to do that. But it fucked us up. April fucked us up too. And April knew that Shanika was out there fucking different niggas. April knew that shit. She was never my friend. She was Shanika's friend, but never mine. Same thing with April's cousin, Jasmine. She was never my friend, but at least I can respect Jasmine because Jasmine was a hoe, an admitted card carrying hoe. I got all respect in the world for that. What I don't respect is people like Shanika who are whores undercover and don't want to admit it, don't want you to know it. Those are the worst kind of people that you can ever deal with. It's people that are not who they want you to believe they are. There's nothing respectable about Shanika whatsoever. Nothing. I clearly fucked up and made a poor choice in choosing to be with her. Damn, I could have been with, there was a lady that I used to mess around with named KK. KK loved me. I believe if I had stayed with, I think that if I had chosen KK over Shanika, I would still have been with KK to this day. But I chose Shanika. Clearly, poor choice. Clearly something I will go in my grave regretting. At any rate, I'm gonna end my segment for OGMarv Whispers for today. It's good to be back in the broadcast booth. Don't make the mistakes I made. Pick wisely. And don't let your woman go to the club by her motherfucking self. Big mistake. Big fucking mistake. Until next time we get together, everybody, thank you for watching. This is another segment of OGMarv Whispers. And I hope this whisper gave you some enlightenment. Good night.